Hey, you're listening to the Smoked Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Smoked Meat is brought to you by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Such a great place to go. I love going to Joe's. They make you feel like family the first time you walk in and every time you walk in. That's right, Jeremy and the gang know how to treat people there. They got great food, great drinks, just great people there. Going down, meet some new friends, hang out with some old ones. Either way, you're going to be happy when you go. Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Remember, I go to Joe's, and so should you. Today, my guest is Mr. Thomas Claxton, singer, songwriter, such a great guy. You're going to enjoy hearing from him. I had a great time talking to him today, so we're just going to get this beast kicked on off here on Smoked Meat. Hey, how you doing this morning, Thomas?
Hi, man. How are you? I'm doing great.
Man, I'm doing great. If I was any better, I'd probably be twins.
Oh, man.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
Yeah, I've been listening to some of your music this morning, man. I'm digging it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thank you very much, man. I just released that album, Age of Propaganda, not too long ago.
Yeah, and I'm digging. I was listening on Napster this morning whenever I'm going to talk to a musician, and I like to brush up on their music, and I'm always loving to hear new stuff, and man, I'm loving it.
Well, cool, man. That album actually featured a lot of players here in Savannah and some international people, and Mario Cipollina from Huey Lewis and the News, and Michael Hampton from Parliament Funkadelic.
Nice.
So, yeah, we had a nice variety of players on that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I grew up with Huey Lewis on the News, man. I'm a child of the 80s.
Oh, man, dude, I love that stuff.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Born in the 80s myself, so.
Well, I was actually born in 71, but my teenage years were then, and that was when we had some good music back then.
Oh, dude, come on, man. Music doesn't come out sounding like that today.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I'm not saying it's all bad, but, I don't think I don't think they put as much thought into it these days from the music quality side of it. The engineering, in my opinion, is through the roof, amazing. But and the production, things like that, these days. But in my opinion, you could definitely tell a difference in the way they write music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't even describe it. Just I can hear a song from then any time pretty much, but from the 80s, it just instantly I'm back there in parachute pants and muscle shirts.
Oh man, dude, did you have the big old MC Hammer pants going on?
I didn't have the MC Hammer pants, but remember the baggies?
Oh yeah,
kind of the Rex Kwando style pants.
Oh yeah.
I had some of those. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
And what was
That's
awesome
hilarious.
is I wore those, and I had the muscle shirts, and didn't work out.
Well, what I want to know is what was up with them short shorts that all the dudes are wearing back in the 70s. Now, you 70s people got to explain that.
Oh man, see, I was just a kid then, so I'm not responsible for any of my fashions.
Oh, I got you. Okay,
But I got
you.
lucky. I didn't really have the short shorts, but I did have some of the terry cloth shorts and the matching T-shirt made of terry cloth.
Nice.
I felt like I was a walking match head.
There you go.
Oh man, and corduroy pants.
I mean, I was just about to say, I think corduroy pants kind of died out finally. I think they might be making a slight comeback, though. I'm not sure.
Oh man, they don't need to.
I know fanny packs are coming back.
I actually wore a fanny pack on the ambulance for a while, or when I worked in the ER for a while. I had a friend
I don't think they're calling it fanny packs anymore, though. I can't remember. These kids today, how it is, man. They'll take something that come out 30, 40 years ago, and then they'll try to make it their own and rename it.
Oh, have you seen the ones that look like a hairy stomach sticking out from the bottom of your shirt?
I have. I'm like, good Lord, who in the hell would wear that?
I want one bad just to aggravate my kids. Oh man, because I bought a shirt and it's made out of kind of Under Armour material and it's flesh colored.
Right.
And the front of it is all body hair.
Nice.
It's horrible. It's even got nipples. And I don't wear it out. I actually got it for one of my characters, but I threaten my kids with it sometimes. Like, I'll put it on. Let's go. No, Daddy, we're not going out with you with that. And they will not get out of the house.
I can't say I blame them.
Yeah, oh, it's so much fun to mess with my
But I,
girls.
but if I were you, I'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, I love messing with my girls. But yeah, we had those, and the picture that is the bane of my existence. My sister has it. Is when I was a kid, I've always worn glasses, but my dad was retired Army, and we would get my glasses from the military base, and they were those black horn rim things. Now
Hmm.
I'm not a skinny kid no more. I'm 5'10", almost 300 pounds. I'm a big old boy. But back then, before I hit puberty, I was a little scrawny bastard. And wearing those and school picture day, they sent me to school wearing a light powder blue leisure suit. Yeah, yeah,
And
that was bad.
they just put you right out the door. Just
They made
here, go to
sure
school in this.
they made sure they wasn't going to have no grandkids for a long time. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, and it was all part of the master plan.
Oh, it was. It was those birth control glasses, and oh man, oh yeah,
That's
'70s
funny.
fashions were awesome. But one thing
Yeah.
I've always wanted, and I'm gonna order one because I actually found it on Amazon. The Uncle Ted Cat Scratch Fever T-shirt. I want
Oh, there
one.
you go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
You, yeah, those. I'm about to say. I'm sure you can find them all over the internet.
oh yeah,
Probably got them on eBay, Amazon, all that stuff.
yeah. And my brother-in-law, his dad, back in the '70s, actually drove Ted Nugent's bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's actually got a box of programs. You've seen like the flip books and stuff you can get at different shows. Got a box of those in mint condition from that tour.
Oh, there you
So,
go. Well, it's interesting too because everybody thinks that all those songs are sung by Ted Nugent,
uh,
and some of them are not. I mean, like Cat's Scratch Fever, I believe was,
mhm.
but Stranglehold and Hey Baby, those songs, and a lot of other ones were sang by um, Derek St. Holmes,
Hmm.
who was on the road with Ted Nugent for a while, and he was pretty much the lead singer, and Ted just did his thing on the guitar, sang some stuff, but not as much as a lot of people think he did, but Derek St. Holmes was the voice of that, and Derek's such a nice guy. I've came close to working with Derek one time years ago, and then I've run into him here and there through events out in Nashville or Los Angeles. We say hello and that type of thing. But super nice guy, had a hell of a voice,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and no, he's definitely no stranger to that Atlanta scene either.
yeah, yeah. I know. I, when I was doing tactical medicine, Stranglehold was one of my on the way to the call songs. So I had different playlists. I had a dress out playlist where I was getting all my stuff on, checking all my gear,
Sure.
and my I'm on the way to this thing now song playlist, and Stranglehold was on that one. Just that
Man,
vibe, man, and it just I
it's a
love
great
Uncle
song.
Ted.
Great song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, we had such great music back then. And you remember the popsicles that were called, I think, bomb pops or rocket pops, the red, white, and blue things? Uh, it's been a good while since I've seen any of those. But Mountain Dew has just put out a flavor that tastes just like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Liberty Blend.
Liberty Blend. There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah, my supervisor brought some to work the other night. It's like, holy crap! Me and my partner have both been buying them like machines. And I'm not a big Mountain Dew guy, but that one, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Mm. Yeah, I had to give up them sodas, man.
yeah,
I mean, I haven't given up Dr. Pepper just yet, but you know,
yeah,
rest of them, man, I had to toss them. Couldn't do it.
yeah.
I was
Dr
drinking way
Pepper's
too many.
yeah, Dr Pepper's my go-to.
Yeah, I love me some Dr. Pepper now, dude. That's like an institution.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, about 2 years ago, after about 5 years worth of research, I'm a big Smokey and the Bandit fan. Me and a buddy of mine can recite this movie,
Hmm.
and I did research and found out the recipe for the Diablo sandwich. And yes, we made those and got the glass bottle sugar Dr. Peppers. And oh man, it's awesome. You can't beat one.
Man, I love that sheriff in that movie.
Oh, and 99% of his stuff was improvised.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, But where I live at up here in Fayetteville, most of that was shot within a 30-mile radius. So
He, what was that one scene that his son kept doing all that dumb stuff? And he said that he'd go back and he said if he could go back in time, this is where
yes,
he wanted to go back and what did he say?
he
Something to
said,
his mama.
ain't no way you could come from my loins. When I get home, I'm gonna punch your mama in the mouth. Oh yeah.
Oh man, that movie's hilarious.
Oh,
I didn't like part two that much, but part one was, man, that was hilarious.
oh yeah. Part one was the best one. Part two, it was okay. Part three is an abomination.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't even. Well, Burt Reynolds wasn't even in that one, was
For like 10 seconds.
he? Yeah.
And
That's.
yeah, that one was just it was the money grab. And
Well, that's.
I'm ashamed to say I saw it in the theater.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yes.
I could. Don't know if I could have done it.
Oh yeah. It was bad though. But the first one, and I got to interview Sonny Schroyer, the guy that played Enos on the Dukes of Hazzard. He was in there, and he told me about
Yep.
his scenes with the motorcycle and all that. And that was so
Cool.
cool because he didn't film for long. I mean, he just came up for a day or two to do it, but had so much fun with it. And
Well.
he's
I
a
just.
Georgia boy too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in Valdosta.
Oh okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched Smokey and the Bandit not even about 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah. When I bought my projector when we lived here, I found a projector at Walmart for like $99, and I brought it home, and I didn't have all this stuff in my studio yet. The basement's mine. It's a nice finished basement. I set up my projector where it fit the wall perfectly, and I've got a PA, and I hooked it up to that. And the first movie I watched on it was Smokey and the Bandit. Oh man, when they come on and the truck cranks up and all that, you hear the rumbling, it just shook the basement. It was so awesome.
Man, it's a great movie.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh man. Now I know you're in Savannah. How long you been down there?
Oh, I wasn't born here, but I've been here since I was a baby. I mean, I was born in Fort Walton Beach, Florida,
Hmm.
but pretty much been in Savannah my whole life. I just do so much traveling, so I just kind of make Savannah the home, and then I branch out and go from there.
Yeah, yeah. I tell you, I love Savannah. I've actually got to play 2 shows in Savannah.
Oh, okay.
Now the
Where
second,
where, where were you at?
now my second one, the last one I did was at a place called Club One,
Yeah, I
and
remember it.
I actually
Still around.
got to perform on the same stage that Lady Chablis did, which is cool. Cause
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lady Chablis passed away recently.
yeah, I hated that. I hated it
Yeah,
because Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil's always been one of my favorite books and movies. I love them both. But
a lot of people don't know Clint Eastwood directed that.
yeah, yeah, and man, it's funny some of the stuff he's directed. Like that and the Mule and all those. Is like holy crap,
Hmm.
that's amazing. He does great, and especially as old as he is, I still wouldn't
Oh,
go
for
after him
sure.
with a baseball bat and a pistol because he'd probably still just beat the hell out of you.
Oh, most likely.
He's tougher than a 50-cent steak.
No doubt.
But
I like the.
the first show I did down there was also my first paying gig. I made $50, and I can say 2 words, and you'll know pretty much where I'm at with it. Victory Drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was at
Yeah,
the King's Inn.
man, that's right there off of Victory.
Yeah, yeah. For anybody that
Yeah,
don't
and
know,
it's
it's a strip club in the back of a strip mall.
pretty much, or it used to be.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, that was a fun night. It was not fun in the strip club kind of fun. If
Yeah.
if there's ever a movie made of this night, Ben Stiller will be in it. It was that kind of night. Oh man.
Dude, I tell you what, a book with nothing but Savannah nightlife stories in it would sell billions. I mean,
Oh
believe me,
man.
Savannah's a trip. Ain't no doubt about that. I mean, you know, I think you appreciate things more when you're not around them. But and so I see it all the time, and I'll have people telling me all this stuff about how much they love Savannah and all that. And, I mean, when it's everyday life to you, you're just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But you don't really think about it too much. And then when you leave Savannah, you get that itch, you just want to get back there and everything. Like most every year, I'll spend about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, in Los Angeles. And every time I'm out there, I'm like, okay, it's time to go home now.
Mm-hmm.
You get that something about Savannah definitely has a way of sucking you in and not letting you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, I'm from Augusta, or right outside of Augusta.
Sure.
And everybody assumes I love golf. I love the Masters, and I've been to every one of them. And I like to play golf some. I hate watching it. And the only time I've ever been to the Masters is I was on the ambulance and I stepped inside the gate to buy my uncle a hat.
Yep.
And it's not my thing. Everybody talks about the restaurants, and Augusta's got some good places to eat. But like I say, I grew up there, and okay, yeah, I've eaten there 1,000 times. They got good burgers. Yeah, we're fine.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the place to eat at in Savannah would probably be Mrs. Wilkes.
Hmm.
That's Mrs. Wilkes is probably the best for Southern food as far as Savannah goes,
Hmm.
and that's a cool spot. It's been around for so long, so many years, and I believe it used to be a boarding house for disadvantaged children back in the day, and they turned it into a family style restaurant to where everybody sits down, even people you don't know, at this big table, and they just bring out these covered dishes. And
Nice.
man, the food is outstanding, no doubt. But I mean, that's just the way it is, though. People assume that just because you're from a place means that you've done all the touristy stuff, and that's not always true at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like assuming all the New Yorkers go to the New Year's Eve celebration. It's
Yeah.
it's like I guarantee you most of them ain't never been to it.
Yeah. When we go to Savannah, our go-to places to eat, we do Huey's for breakfast at least once on River Street,
On River Street. Yeah,
and we got to eat the Shrimp Factory once. My wife loves their bacon wrap scallops,
there you go.
and we'll do lunch at the Pirate's House one day.
Yeah, the
Because
buffet is good on the lunch hours.
yep, and their she crab soup. Oh man, and we've got to do Moon River every once in a while. That's kind of our go-tos. But I'm gonna have to try Miss Wilkes.
Oh, if you've never eaten that, man, you're missing out.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: you better get there at a decent time because they're only open for lunch, and I think the hours are literally like 11 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much of a sought after place that the line is wrapped around the building.
Oh man.
So you have to get there probably, I'd say, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning to get your place in the line. That way you can eat at a
Mm-hmm.
good hour. If you get there around 12, you'll be waiting
Mm-hmm.
until well after 2 before they'll let you in.
Yeah. No.
But I mean, now that I'm also assuming that it goes back to normal here at some point. But I don't know what their deal is right now with getting in line and things like that with the pandemic the way it is. But you know, we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Now, when me and my wife went down there, we went down for a couple of days without the kids, and we stayed. And I had heard about a bar down there called Matahari's, and it
Hmm.
sounds pretty cool. It's like a 20 speakeasy, but you have to have a password to get in.
Yeah, I've heard of the place, never been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's one of those spots. I think it's like you have to know somebody or get invited or something or you have the password. It's not exactly easy to get into.
Yeah. Well, the way we actually got the password. We talked because what I read, you talk to your concierge at some of the hotels.
They'll give it to
And
you.
well, I talked to Hours, and she said, "Man, the guy that's got that, he ain't here tonight." And got all secretive. Said, "Go over here to this one and talk to this guy." And we had to go to like 3 different hotels. And finally, the guy was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he just kind of was writing down something, just slid us this little piece of paper and said, I wouldn't ask about that place anymore. And it was the password. And that was just that part was so cool. And we walked up and down Bay Street and realized had we walked about 150 feet more, we'd have been there. Because
Wow.
it's down in the bottom in a little back alley on Bay Street. But
Oh yeah.
they say if you don't have that password, you can flash 10 grand to the guy behind the door and he ain't letting you in.
Oh no, that's part of his deal, man. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
He lets him in, he'll get in trouble, no
Yeah.
matter how much it is.
Yeah. And that is so cool. I mean, I'm sure it's just a regular bar with a good atmosphere in there, but just having the journey is so much fun.
Yeah, Savannah's got a lot of mystery to it. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I love doing the ghost tours down there because I'm a ghost hunter. I love doing that stuff.
That's funny. I tell you, every time they mention ghosts in Savannah, I think the people that have seen the ghosts are people that are not actually from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of us locals were like, yeah, cool. We've never seen one, but okay, whatever.
Yeah. No, now notice a lot of the ghost tours take you close to a lot of the bars. So a lot of people that have seen them think have been at a lot of the bars first.
They take you to a lot of the what now?
The places where you go on the ghost tours are close to a lot of the bars.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think a lot of people that have seen the ghosts have seen the bars first.
Yeah, most of them, no doubt. It's the ghost of Jägermeister past or something.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh yeah. But I know we had talked a little bit about Bryson City and up in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge in that area. That's also our go-to. Right before the pandemic hit, we were scheduled to go to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg for a week, and my wife's job, she runs a nursing home. They told her, said, yeah, we're going to cancel that because we need you close by because this thing's fixing to kick up, we think. And sure enough, it did. So
Yep.
we're just itching to get back up there.
Oh man, I love that area. That's like that's the place I can always go to if things ever, you know, get kind of rough or anything like that. I can go there and, find that peace and serenity up
Yeah,
in those Smoky Mountains.
yeah, definitely. I know my wife, it don't matter what we do up there, we have to take a day and do Cades Cove. Have you ever been down in there?
I have.
Oh man, that place is so great. I think she likes it because there is no cell phone reception anywhere down that road.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. That's definitely, man. Anytime you go into those spots like that, and you can, basically, nature gives you no other option.
Yeah,
You have to turn it off, and if you don't, it'll just cut your signal off for you. That's it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. We'll ride down through there, and all of a sudden, everybody's stopped. You can look ahead, and there's a bear in the road just kind of chilling, or a deer, or whatever. And it's just, man, it's just so beautiful. It helps clean the soul.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I think they're raising elk out there now in the
Oh man,
Smokies.
yeah. I know. Whenever we go past the little welcome center there at Cherokee, there's
Yep,
usually two or three in that field on the right.
yep. That's uh, that's definitely the area, man. Love it. Wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Oh yeah, I've got a friend that has a magic show up there at the Space Needle named Eric Dobell, and I've talked to him on here before, and I mean he's such a great guy, and he was telling me about the whole show business scene up there, and it seems so cool because everybody up there, that performs, a lot of them do the same show night after night after night, but it's always packed and it's always a different audience, and to me that would just be so cool as a performer. But at the same time, you get old doing the same thing every night, but knowing that people are coming every night and selling out to see you, that would be cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's so much history and heritage up there in those places. So it's people are just drawn to it.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense.
yeah, and I love the music up there. You can hear on the street. You get the street performers there, and you can walk, and all of a sudden you're hearing banjos and guitars, and seeing people clog, and go a little bit further, and you got a kid with a little electric and a pig nose amp playing, and I mean just so varied. And everybody's good. Well, for the most part, I've heard one that was, whew,
And so you'll catch one of the hillbillies every once in a while. It's like, whoa, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. But I just love it up there, just the atmosphere, and they know they're a tourist destination and they hardcore embrace it. But the neat part is, while you got some things there, like a lot of places, that the prices are jacked up because it's tourist, but
Sure.
but a lot of them aren't that bad. I mean, it's a good place you can take your family and not spend a mint. We've got a hotel that we stay at every time. It's downtown Gatlinburg, and it's $79 a night, and it's a decent room.
Oh yeah. Now you can find good prices. You just got to know right where to look.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they're all up in that area, man. That's I'm gonna go back there pretty soon. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm able to.
yeah. When you go back up there, there's a place right off the pass in Gatlinburg as you get there called the Cherokee Grill.
Yep.
And man, their steaks and their spicy mac and cheese, they actually know how to make a rare steak the right way. Oh crap, it's good. I love them.
Have to go check that place out. I've heard of it. Never been there.
Oh, it's awesome. And their beer, ice cold. It's that perfect temperature, and it's so good with a steak. I don't drink a lot, especially whenever I go out, but with there, I get a Mick Light every time with my steak.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh man, oh man. I tell you, this is pretty cool. I love the way that I do my show, because we started talking about music and now we're talking about our favorite vacation spots. And I
Hey,
love, that's what I like about this. I make friends. I don't have interviews. I just make friends on the air.
well, that's, in my opinion, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah. Because, I do my homework on these things, and I'll listen to people, and I'll look at their pages and everything and get the baseline stuff. You got to, because it'd be funny if I got on here and said, "So, Thomas, tell me about your latest book." That would just be, what the hell? But, that gives me a little bit of information, just somewhere to go from. And it works, because I'm sure if you've done many of these, you get the same questions every time.
Yeah, a lot of the times, but you just try to answer them as best you can.
Yeah, yeah. And, I listen to a lot of podcasts on my way to work, so I drive for about 45 minutes each way. And, it drives me insane to hear the same thing over and over and over, because you can tell the guest has answered this question 50 times in a week. And I hate that. I know you made this album then and you enjoyed it, but you didn't like working with this person or whatever. Okay. So what else you got? And I like to help people get to know you, because it personalizes you. It gets them invested in your music. And
Sure.
it's better for everybody.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And
I mean, it's always good when you have someone who does their homework before an interview and everything like that. And I think it's better for the listeners and everything.
yeah. And to me, when you got a connection with an artist, like I say, it invests you more in them, and you listen a lot more. It means something.
Oh, absolutely.
I know you do a lot of, you use a lot of acoustic. And I love the way you pick, by the way. It's nice and clean, no matter if you're playing the acoustic or if you've got effects going. Everything's clean, and I really like that a lot.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's me on my acoustic there. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Unless it's just something that I just don't think I would sound the best on, then I'll get somebody to do it. But that's got to send that shout out to Taylor Guitars for that clean sound.
Yeah. Taylors are nice. I would love to have a Taylor. I'm actually without a guitar for the first time in a long time here recently. But
Wow.
I live about 4 miles from Guitar Center, so my wife may lift my band. I don't know. That place is the devil, man. Oh.
Oh, I know. You'll walk in there and you just, oh man.
And it wouldn't be so bad if I could actually play. About the most I can do, I chicken pick. But I'm really good at chicken picking, but anything else I can't do for some reason. But I love a telly, and I miss having them. But I think that's my next investment. I'm going to get me another one, because even though I don't play well, it just kind of, another one of them things helps clean the soul.
Oh, for sure. Well, you people think, if I want to have a guitar, I got to be able to play. Well, not necessarily. I mean, you just might want to do it for a hobby or something. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
if
yeah,
that's your thing, that's your thing. Whatever it takes. And people, you won't never get better at it unless you play them once. So that's my recommendation. Go for it, man. Get you one.
yeah. And we talked about being gearheads. That's one of my downfalls when I get a guitar. At one point, I had about 5 guitars, which a lot of them were cheap ones. My favorite one, though, I ever bought was a Tele clone. It was made by a company called AXL. And it played so good and had just a nice tone to it. I've never found another one like it. It was a $100 guitar. But
Oh, sure.
but when I had those guitars, I had enough pedals where if I'd have put a nice pedal board together, I would have had 4 feet to operate it. So yeah, but I did go cheap on them. I went to pawn shops and got them. So
The
yeah,
pedals.
yeah.
Oh yeah. You'd be surprised what you find in a pawn shop some days.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. That's where I found
I,
that one guitar, and I miss it. I wish I could get another one. But I know you can order them, but just I know you've had this going in, and you can pick up 2 identical guitars, and they're not the same. It's like 2 different people. Each of them got
oh
their own
no, no,
personality and their own feel, and
100%. I mean, even the big factory ones. Like I did a tour of the Taylor Guitar headquarters in just outside of San Diego, California, not too long back, and they were showing how they make all their guitars, and they might be a major manufacturer of them and all that kind of stuff, but they put so much love into each one of the guitars that it's just every one of them comes out sounding special.
yeah, yeah. And I love the sound of a Taylor. I mean, and like I say, I don't know what it is. I'm not a guitar maker by no stretch, but just whatever they do with them, it works. I mean, they've got their own little tone to them. And
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody complain saying, I got to get rid of this Taylor. This thing's crap. Never heard
no,
that.
no, no. Taylor guitars, Martin guitars, they're pretty much the standard.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a cousin that plays a Martin, and he would kill you over that guitar. And what's
He would do
funny,
what?
he would kill you over that guitar.
Oh, I'm sure.
And what's
Once
funny,
once you're loyal, that's it.
yeah, what's funny is on my dad's side of the family, all my cousins can play anything. They could pick up a pine limb and a shoelace and sound like Jimi Hendrix. And any instrument they decide they want to play, they can pick it up and just start playing. Doesn't
Just
matter
go
what
at it.
it
Huh?
is. One of them actually played on Edwin McCain's demo,
Oh, cool.
and I've never had that gift. I guess my voice has always been my instrument. I do comedy and that kind of stuff, but I'd love to know how or to be able to play. But I play for me and I have fun with it, and I could probably
Well,
make a lot of
that's
money.
what matters.
I could probably make a lot of money getting on stage and playing and telling people for this amount, I'll stop. Oh yeah, I'd be rich.
Hey, if it makes it, then I call that a successful business model.
There you go.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
Yeah, like I say,
If it's
it's
bringing in profit, you keep going.
exactly. And for me, it's like I say, even though I'm not real great at it, it's therapy. When I
Sure.
worked in Washington County here in Georgia, up in Sandersville, we had these 2 bridges we called the twin bridges between there and my house. And under one of them, you could actually pull off the road and go down there and park, and you could get under the bridge and fish. Well, after a bad shift, I would go out there and get under that bridge and sit and play my guitar on a little pig nose with that Line 6 pod bean for about 2 hours. And that made it where I could go home and feel all right about it. And it was just me and the
Yeah.
fish and the squirrels, and it worked. There's probably some fish that
No, that's
need
all it
therapy
takes,
now,
man.
but
That's kind of my logic behind things. The sometimes the things that bring you the most fulfillment are the simplest things.
exactly, exactly. Like this show, I do it to wind down. I'll never make any money. I won't make the Joe Rogan money off of it.
Never know.
Now, if you know anybody wants to pay me $100 million to do anything with this show, sold,
Oh yeah, I'll let you know. I'll pass them on to you.
and I'll even split it with you.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair enough. I think so. If I'm making a $50 million profit, you know,
Yeah.
that's, I guess that's good enough.
Yeah. If I gotta take it. But
Uh,
I do this to wind down, and I'm in the hole on equipment. I know this, but the relaxation and the joy I get out of doing this,
sure,
it's worth every penny of it. I've spent a lot more on a lot stupider stuff. You know.
I get it. Yeah, all of my money, I swear, it gets just pumped right back into my career.
Hmm.
So, it's to me a good night is some Chinese takeout and a movie
Yeah.
at my house. That's a good night to me. Putting the feet up, and being able to just kind of wind down. Everybody finds their joy in different things, and I think because I'm always so focused on that career and things like that. That's kind of where it is with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny as you get a little bit older, the things like I say that just kind of relax you more. My wife and kids were out of town this last weekend because she got some time off where I still had to work some, and she wanted to go see her sister down there in Kingsland. So
Sure.
I told her and my kids, I said, y'all go. I'm recording this weekend and editing. That's all I'm doing. So they did, and I know Friday night I ordered wings and just had a good time sitting here eating wings and doing my thing. And now Saturday, I didn't do fireworks, but I did grill. I went up to Publix and got a almost 3 pound bone-in cowboy cut ribeye and grilled it.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, it was a wonderful thing. But and that worked for me. I had a great time, happy as I can be, just chilling here at the house.
Man, I tell you, that's about one of the best places to be these days.
You
Right at the
ain't
house.
kidding. I'll tell people sometimes it's too peoply out here. I got to go.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love playing for crowds. I don't like being part of crowds.
Yeah, that's me. When
And
I had 2 strokes about 5 years ago, and one of my ticks is like I say, I love getting in front of crowds, but being in one, I get so antsy, and I can't handle it. I cannot do it. And
yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know what it is sometimes, but like I was in Washington D.C. on July the 4th of 2019,
mhm.
and that was the most people I had been around in years. I mean, wasn't the biggest crowd I'd ever been in, but it was definitely one of them. And I was there at the National Mall, and man, that was something else to see all them people.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be good not being at that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, because that was like an ocean of human beings, and once that was done, I was like, okay, I got to get out of here.
Yeah,
Somehow,
yeah,
I went back to that Airbnb I was staying at because I had to play that weekend in DC. I was at the Hard Rock Cafe, and it's definitely a surreal experience to be in DC during Independence Day.
yeah.
You know, but well, once it was over, man, I was ready to get out of there. It
Yeah.
was just way too many people.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Well, let my folks know where we can find your music at. I know I got mine on Napster.
Yeah, you can. Let's see, you can find it. Well, first off, go to my official website, thomasclaxton.com, and from there's links to find all the stuff on CD Baby and Amazon and Apple and all the major ones, Google Play, things like that. And so it's all over there on the internet. And got videos to watch on YouTube and different things like that. So just been enjoying it, man. That's all we can all do.
Outstanding, man. Well, I tell you, I've had a ball sitting here talking to you this morning. I could go for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh man, absolutely, brother.
Yeah,
It's been a great conversation.
and you're welcome on here anytime you come to Atlanta. You're fed. That's just a given.
Well, I'm gonna have to take you up on that.
Oh yeah. I smoke meat. I grill it. I make my own sausages. I do a venison pastrami that is
Wow.
amazing. Oh yeah.
Well, when I'm into Atlanta, I'm gonna give you a buzz.
Yeah. Hey, and that's not a hollow invitation. That's give me a holler and I'll get it ready.
Well, wow, that's I got to come up there and try it, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate it a bunch, man. And like I say, anytime, all you got to do is call and say, hey, I want to talk about this. Let's hit it. I got the record button right here in front of me.
Cool deal. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. It's been a heck of a conversation. I've enjoyed it.
Well, thank you.